All right, good morning. Welcome to the Donut Shop at the beginning of the world. I am your host, Dr. Mark Merriweather Vorderbergen, broadcasting to you live from Ravenscar, my backyard. Hey, good morning, Charles. Yeah, everything is covered with a thin film of frost and ice this morning. So, yep, we got frost. I don't know what temperature it is. My phone is somewhere in the house. I'll find it later, but it's cold enough to, be really cold. So it is Thursday. Man, the weeks go by fast. What's the saying? The days go slow, but the weeks go fast. This is true. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Wolf, up in Alvin. Cool. So you're not far from me, and you are probably freezing. Well, actually, you're probably not freezing your took us off because this is probably warm compared to where you were up in Maine. Hey, good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, Alan. 24 up there. Yeeks. Roxana, good morning. 30 degrees in Waxahachie. Feels like 26. Nope, not acclimated. Hey, okay. So you guys need to find a donut shop there. So Kathleen is also an Alvin. Yeah, so if any tribe members manage to meet up, you gotta take pictures and post. So, I need the. There we go. Hood over the ears. Yeah, it's a cold morning. Oh, Kelly, 31 in Burleson, and the dog's water bowl is frozen. I noticed my bird bath is frozen, too. Hey, Cynthia, good morning. Hey, it's George. George is back. We didn't drive George away. Good to see you, George. Hey, Tribe, great morning for some warm coffee. Love and light to you all. Many thanks, George. That is why we are here. Coffee and love. Kathleen, okay. Quarantine due to a compromised immune system. Sorry, not meeting. Hey, it's Mark, the artist, the pigment maker. Up before 7 a.m. 36 in Central Alabama. Nice. Hey, Chris, good morning. Hey, Kay. Hey, Mike. Hey, Donna. Whew, man. Hey, coffee. Hey, coffee. Hey, Leslie. Good morning. Ash says 24 degrees up in Freestone, but you're not sure that's correct. That probably is. Yeah, it is a cold morning. Mandy, good morning, Mandy. Happy sunrise. So it's been an interesting week and a half here at the weather hold. Whoop. Tina made it back inside with only frozen fingertips. Ugh. Yep. So, hey, the carpenters are in. Die, Lily, Ria, and La Casa. Mia Donut Shoppa, SU Donut Shoppa. Like I said, I worked down in Mexico in the oil fields for 2 years, and the only Spanish I actually needed was dos cerveza, por favor. I didn't really need anything else beyond that. Ooh, Chris, first window scraping of the year. Yeah. Hey, Tracy, good morning. Arc Latex. Hey, Shayla. How's it going? Live long and good luck. Hey, Joanna made it. Ooh, it's a cold morning. It brings everyone in. I guess they're after their calories to withstand the cold. And Chirpy is loud there, too. Hey, Deborah. Tina, cold but fat and happy around a hay bale. Kind of sounds like me there, Tina. Just walk my nephew to school. It's nice and cool out. This is too. All right, so there's a Tienda de Donuts. Tienda de Donuts. I'll take your word. I hope I didn't just swear in Spanish. Okay. So man, everyone's here. I'm just happy to see people. Okay, I've been under a lot of stress lately. So this is often the high point of my day when I just get to go, okay, time with the tribe, get some energy, hang out, hear really smart people talk with really cool ideas. Yep. High point, high point, high point. I just have this vision, Tina. You finding some really beautiful property, cheap property on the equator, and you buy it and you move down there and discover it's like, 8,000 feet up the side of a mountain and there's snow. I don't want to go take care of the animals, but I don't want to get out of bed. Yep. The farmer's life. Hey, good morning, Carmen. Okay, here we got another one. Tienda de Donas? I hope. I don't know. I apologize. All right. So anyway, last few weeks have been interesting because Miniweather, in her economics class, they're having a Shark Tank sort of thing. So for their final grade is they have to design a product, work out all the economics of it, and design a company and all this, and then present the idea to the Shark Tank. And so I've finally had a project I can help her with. Last time was in her freshman year when she had to build a wind-powered generator. And so, small business. I can tell you about small business. So we got it down. I think she's going to blow everything away. We went through packaging, we went through overhead taxes, we went through certification, we went through all the economics that I've been dealing with lately. Anyway, so on that, yeah, it's coming. The testers are giving me really good feedback, so I think it's really a matter of us selling enough of what we have now to then buy the stuff we need to make the next round. So the anxiety pill there. Oh, funny. Okay, so Johnny, C4 and I are lurking here in Starbucks line. So the device that Miniweather and her group, and by group I mean the 4 people that are riding her coattails, have designed an in-car coffee brewer thing. And it's really cool. It's really cool. And so you don't have to stand in line at Starbucks. So you can just, put it in your car, set the timer. It uses a Peltor tile instead of a regular heating element. So not only can it make hot coffee, but you can flip the dial over, reverse the polarity, and now you can make iced coffee too for in the summer. Oop. Tina, I know you have been stressed. I feel this. Last night as I relaxed in my back numbness and gave thanks for anti-anxieties and chemist friends, my heart went out to the universe for you. Reminded once again how thankful I am for you. Thank you, Tina. The feeling is mutual. Wow. Okay. So if you haven't figured it out, Tina is one of the people testing the anxiety pill. Neurologist suggested it. You didn't scream. You didn't even yelp. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Chris, a bit of random, but are any parents starting to help their kids' credit scores early? How? So when our kids turned 12, we co-signed for credit cards for them so they could start building their credit history. They couldn't be the 100% owners of it, but their name was on the financial records that allowed them to start building a credit history. So that was the main thing. And it involves some trust. And this is funny. So you may have heard me talk about Mrs. Weather, and she likes programming for fun. She actually built her own credit card expense reporting system for the kids, put it on the kids' computers. So then whenever they spent anything with their credit card, they could, write in what it was, attach a picture of the receipt, and the whole shebang. So Yeah. If nothing else, so yeah, talk to your bank about getting credit cards for them, and then have them use their credit cards for a lot of their purchases. Now you will pay off the purchases, but the computers don't know that. What the hell was that? Okay, so give that a shot there, Chris. Ah, good news, bad news. I made it into town. Bad news: a jar of choke cherry jelly I brought down for my sister. I ended up painting the ooh. See, and frankly, Wolf, that's worse for you than for me, I guess, because you now have all sticky, gooey, gunky clothes and suitcase. Ugh, ugh, not so good there. Sorry, it's messy. Yeah, it's a car carafe or something. I don't remember the name. She's wonderful with words and painting visual pictures as good as she is at painting real pictures. And so, yeah. Yeah, we did that in junior achievement when I was in high school, Mumblecough years ago. Don't remember our product though. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so all this week has been the presentations by the different group, and then Minnie Weather's group is actually the last one, and she's just been laughing. It's bad, but and she even she realized that a lot of these kids have no one in their lives with real world business experience, and so of course they're not going to be exposed and know all these little details. um, what it reminded me of, if you remember the uh, oh man, get no respect guy, Rodney Dangerfield, way back in the 80s, like 88, 89. Rodney Dangerfield's movie Back to School, where he plays a successful rich contractor and buys his son's way into a fancy school and ends up attending the school also. And in the economics class, the professor, who never actually had any real world experience, is talking about the economics of building a building. And Rodney Dangerfield keeps interrupting him with the real world stuff about, real world stuff. So that's what it kind of felt like. Okay, Bonnie, still no notifications despite I signed up for the reminders. I didn't get it. I must be doing something. Nah, I would blame Facebook on this one, Bonnie. Facebook has been changing a bunch of stuff again. So right now, I think you are doing your side of the bargain. It is Facebook that is failing. So Minnie Weather is a senior in high school, getting ready to go to college next fall. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. So she's going for a graphic design degree, and part of the thing that the school she's going to does for that is you also have to take a number of small business classes under the theory that if you're a graphic designer, there is a good chance that you might be self-employed, and so this is how you successfully run a business. Cool. So she has a head up there. Hey, good morning, Constance. I've been looking at the college fund gift card and was going to discuss this with you. Honestly, I don't know much about that, Tina. That would be probably a discussion for Mrs. Weather. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Wolf. I just realized Mom and Dad haven't showed up yet. Yep. When I was 14, Mom gave me a monthly allowance and opened a checking account. I had to buy my own clothes and school supplies. She got me a notebook and taught me how to budget. Critical. Okay, watching Hubs out the window while listening to the donut shop. He didn't scrape the Ranger window and seems to sort of be driving around in circles. Maybe he's just trying to use the heaters to melt it. Oh, there's some lighting guy out there invented a DMX programmed coffee maker. Okay, that's awesome. Hey, good morning, Kimberlyn. Yep, Roxana. Facebook has been very glitchy. Someone who remembers Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield was great. I loved Rodney Dangerfield. He was my role model. Oh, cool. Yes, Tracy, followed your suggestion and bought the $100 startup. An absolutely fantastic book. That alone is almost worth an MBA, that book. Leslie, love the topic for tonight. Good one. Yes. And so don't forget tonight, self-defense laws of Texas. What you need to do, what you need to know as a good guy to protect yourself from the bad guys. Because as I said, if you do it wrong, you end up in a world of legal trouble. So we're going to have a lawyer on, years of experience with this, and she is going to go in depth on what you need to do before, during, and after a self-defense incident. Whew. All right. Let's see, Mike. Hearing about Mrs. Weather's program for kids reminds me of a software project I had to complete as part of my programming classes. It was a program to calculate accelerated aging times and temperatures, and also NTBF mean time between failures. Software teacher said the software was sound, so I passed, but he said he couldn't start to validate my calculations. Why not? Oh, cool. Make scene. It ended up in Make Scene? Awesome. Hey, Sandra. Good morning from Montgomery. You freezing too? I assume so. Hey, Scott. Got no respect. No respect. That's the guy. Darling, take my wife, please. Was that Rodney Dangerfield? Yeah, that was. Hey, good morning, Susan. Seems like it's been a while, Susan. Am I imagining, or has it been a while? Yep. Bought my first car with money from cutting grass when I was 13. Had a savings account. Cool. Yep. Rodney Dangerfield was in Caddyshack, too. Oopsie. Public service announcement. Don't put chicken eggs in your pocket. They make these cool chicken egg aprons with individual egg slots. Wow, Dangerfield had eyes as blue as Sinatra. I did not realize it, but he gets no respect. Let's see. Beautyberry leaf tincture. It occurred to me last night after hours of going through Reagan's hair with the tweezers and a comb for the fourth time. I put some in a spray bottle and sprayed and sanitized the sheets down. It was all too clean for Alice, though. She had an accident last night. Oopsie. Hey, good morning, Sherry. Ooh, I need coffee. Take it away, Chirpy. So much goodness in such a little bean. Hey, Tammy, good freezing morning. This is true. But it's supposed to start warming up now after this. Like, I think we hit the nadir, the bottom point, and then it's going to warm up a little, which I hope, because like I said, I'm teaching up in Wimberley, Austin area this Saturday. And if there's a hard freeze, it adds to the difficulties of finding plants. We actually would have to walk half a mile or something. Okay. It's okay to put goose eggs in a pocket. Those shells are hard. That makes sense because geese are hard. They're like the MS-15 or MS-13 or whatever gang. Yeah. I think if any bird carried a switchblade, it'd be a goose. Oop, there's Chirpy. Right there. Flap your wings, Chirpy. Oh, well. Woo! I know, the sky is getting so cool right now, isn't it, Scat? How about the sunset last evening? Thin slice of moon with 3 constellations in line. Totally, totally cool. Cold, but cool. You know what I mean. It's never too cold to forage. Never, 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 never. Under a lot of stress. Okay, yeah. Saturday is supposed to be warmer. And what I really need is like Thursday and Friday to stay above freezing and then get at least up into the 60s, because that will bring a number of the weeds back. That are edible weeds. Chris, do you put seed out for the birds in the winter? No. I am anti-bird feeder. There's been a lot of studies that show because people don't sterilize and clean their bird feeder properly, it is a big vector for different different bird diseases, and also it it makes the birds artificially dependent on you rather than nature. So what I do is I have a lot of different berry bushes in my backyard to feed them with the natural foods they would be eating rather than put out seeds. The one thing I will sometimes do is put out some suet, the basically the pig and cattle fat, because that is important for the birds during the winter, because it's a high energy source, so the birds get a lot of energy. Birds generally have a higher body temperature than humans, and so they do actually require a lot of food, a lot of fuel to maintain it, especially when it gets cold like this. Oh, cool, Sandra, you have moringa trees. It's one of the things on my list. Yep. You know what it's like, Rexana. I keep my yard natural for the fauna. Yes. Oh, man, my hips are hurting. Coffee. Yeah, and then, of course, December 21st is when the Saturn and Jupiter come together. I'm excited about that. I have to check the weather reports. I think it's supposed to be clear. I hope that would just suck if this, once an 800 and some year event gets, clouded out. And that's how I felt when Halley's Comet was last year. What was that, back in the 80s? Yeah, back in the mid 80s in Halley's Comet, but where I was living, so there's St. Michael, and then there's the Twin Cities, like an hour away. And Halley's Comet was basically from where I was growing up. Halley's Comet was directly over the Twin Cities, and so the light pollution from the cities completely blanked out the comet. Tracy, I hear a wren and a cardinal also. Cool. I hear birds. Ugh, sorry, I'm getting cold. I'm unless I see the bird, I'm not good with bird calls. So yeah, usually Chirpy and the cardinal kind of go at it some. They don't like each other. Okay, England is forcing everyone to keep their chickens, etc., locked up because of bird flu. But flu is rampant in England right now, too. I did not know that. Constance, what is the date of the sky watching? So December 21st. So right now, the orbits, and they're behind each other. So in the sky, Jupiter and Venus are coming closer and closer together. And on the 21st, they'll pretty much appear like they're touching as one big bright star, and then they'll continue on their way. I don't let my geese hear about switchblades. My 5 geese walk over to the neighbors about 5 p.m. every evening to await her arrival home from work and generally terrorize her from the car to her front door. Then they come waddling back home, honking, very pleased with their work. That sounds very goose-like. Very, very goose-like. I don't like geese. Geese are jerks. Yeah. Moringa and goji are on my list for the coming year. And I was pretty pleased this year. I finally got a goji. and it was doing great in a pot. And then I thought, okay, it's fall. I'm going to plant it. And I planted it, and I don't know if it's still alive or not. But this is one of the native Texas ones found down by the coastal areas. Whew. Let's see. Come on. I walked into a barn to clean. Luckily, I had a rake. They didn't tell me to let the geese out first. They were bedded down in a stall, so I was away from the door and couldn't get to the barn doors. When they discovered me, felt like hours waiting for someone to rescue me. Yep. That sounds like geese. Oop. Did I say Venus? I meant Jupiter and Saturn. Sorry, Jupiter and Saturn. Thank you, Mark. Hey, good morning, Julie. Good morning, Lynette. Lynette shows a coffee cup. That sounds like a good idea. And like I said, just the Viking mug is still around, but when it's this cold, I needed an insulated mug because the coffee was getting too cold too quickly. So, Viking mug is fine. Yep, you're a bird watcher there, Jackie. I'm standing at my back glass door right now with binoculars and 83 times zoom camera looking for birdies. Love my bird feeders. All right. Well, the goose are the repository of all the hate that Canadians possess. Hence why Canadians are so nice and geese are so rotten. That makes absolute sense there, Wolf. Absolute sense. I agree with that. That suddenly, yep, one more piece of the puzzle falls into place. I love this group. I learned so much. Interesting. Okay, so in a lot of geese, duck, chicken groups, and a lot of chatter from folks in England with free-range birds. Okay. I want chickens so badly. I go through a lot of eggs. Well, the whole family does. We're a big fan of eggs here. Ooh. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to make the ham hock soup today. Yeah. Perfect day for it, too. So we'll see how that goes. Ooh, total bird nerd over here. We have the painted bunting out here. Absolutely beautiful. Cool. I'll have to look that one up. I don't know it. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it looks like. Is it colorful? Probably colorful. Whew. I never get Godzilla. Never gets old. Never gets old. Yeah, you own chickens too. I know my neighbors would be fine with me having chickens. It's the homeowners association that would have a problem with it. All right, your bird chirps blended in so well with mine. I was very confused walking in my still hearing birds. The birds have come in with you. That makes sense. I hadn't thought about it. Tracy, eggs are the perfect diabetic food. Yeah. Protein. Ooh, duck eggs rock. Runner ducks outlay chickens in my experience. Is there any flavor difference, Scott, or is it pretty much the same, just kind of eggy? Because I'm assuming the eggs taste different than the duck meat. But one thing I've learned from a dad who is an avid duck hunter is if you don't cook the duck right, it tastes like crap. And so I'm assuming the eggs have a little more, range of use than the duck itself. So that might be possible. Raise quail and chickens. The quail are very prolific with their laying, but are they little quail eggs? Little eggs. A friend of mine has a Japanese quail because the pets. So the homeowners association didn't have a thing about them in there, so he has probably like a dozen of them, and he gets a bunch of small eggs every morning, and occasionally a Japanese quail passes on to the next life, sort of thing. Ooh, Nick, got a particular recipe for your ham bone soup. I just cooked up a ham last night. They are so crazy cheap right now. No, I don't. So I did what I always do, Nick, is I looked at a bunch of recipes and then looked at the pictures and looked at the ingredients lists. And so what I've decided to do is I'm going to, like simmer the ham hocks for probably 2 hours with some salt and some seasoning and let them kind of melt and then pull the bones out, leave everything else in, and the skin. I'm going to slice the skin up off the hocks into strips and throw that in there. Simmer that and then use that stock then to cook beans and rice and celery and potatoes and carrots. And then if I need to add a little water, I'll probably add some chicken broth. Or if it's a little too runny, then I figure I'm going to add some potato flake to thicken it up some. So, yeah, just kind of a improvised. Oh, and black beans. I got a bunch of black beans that I've been soaking overnight, so they're ready to get in there too. So kind of a black beans, rice, potato, carrot, celery, and a ham hock stock, if you will. Does that make sense? But yeah, that's how I cook. I look at ingredients, and then I just go with it. Ooh, okay. Geese are not the bullies of the bird world. There is an emu ranch near Rock Springs. They have a white emu. Love seeing it as I drive by at 70 miles per hour. So emu are worse than geese. Now I want to see a cage match. Well, maybe not a cage match. That could be cruel. Yeah, apparently Chirpy agrees with that. Okay, no cage match between geese and emu. We'll do it on a baseball field. There we go. Okay. Cool. Jonathan, looking forward to self-defense tonight? No, the sock on a bat is not for soaking up the blood. Okay, I did see your explanation how by putting it on the end of the bat, if they grab a hold of the bat, you can still pull it out of their hands. And while they're looking at the sock, you hit them again. But yeah, like I said, it's Meriwether's World isn't just about plants. It's about you and your place in the world. And your place in the world is to stay in the world as long as possible. And so defending yourself is part of that. Whew. Okay. Darlene, love the flavor of quail. Whoop. Already jumping ahead here. Oh, okay. Here's only a slight difference in flavor. Eggs tend to take on the flavor of their diet. Our ducks live in our yard and eat grains, so perfect flavor, not muddy tasting. Cool. Okay. Cool. Oh, man. It's cold. If you haven't smoked turkey necks, I find them more flavorful than the hammocks. We just finished a pot of red beans last night. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. So they are mean girls all grown up. Are we talking geese or emus? Okay, various species of duck taste differently. Mallard and widgets taste best. Okay. Hey, good morning, Julie. Good morning, Amy. Oh, I have vague memories of that. Fabio versus the goose. Yeah, I think it was like a National Enquirer or something. Whoa. Okay, sorry. Ooh, and beans and cornbread. Ooh, yeah, maybe I need to make some cornbread. So somewhere in the house is my phone. I don't have it with me, so I don't have the alarm. But it's time for the group take. Yay, group take. So like I said, I am the medicine man for Medicine Man Plant Company. And so I am the formulator of these different things. So the liver pill to cleanse, support, detoxify, and protect your liver. We're in the time of year when your liver is probably going to suffer some abuse. Oh, these are so cold. Oh, they've been sitting out here for like 40 minutes. Yep. Yeah, I've been loving the gargoyle story. It makes me want to do something like that too. Over in my boss's neighborhood. Oops, I guess I should have shown this. Yeah, let me. Oops. The immune pill: support, maintain, prepare, fight. It's good to have your optimized, innate, and active immune systems optimized and maintained. So, down the street from my boss, there's a house back in Halloween. I guess it's the girl from The Ring, with the dark hair draped over the face sort of thing. So they put her on a swing in their front yard for Halloween. Spooky as hell. It really it's a mannequin, but has a dress and everything. And then so Halloween, came and went, and it was still there. And then about a week after Halloween, a pilgrim's hat appeared on her head, and blood-covered turkeys appeared underneath her. And now she has like a Santa's hat and rainbow mittens. And there are kind of, if you can make a candy cane look scary, the candy canes underneath her look scary. It's almost like something from A Nightmare Before Christmas. It's absolutely hysterical. Absolutely, I love it. I'm looking forward to Valentine's Day or something like that. Okay, the brain pill. Focus, memory, focus, mental clarity, attention. Such that right there is probably the second highlight of my morning. Just taking a deep whiff of the brain pill because it smells so good. Ooh. Mrs. Weather made it for me. So there are lines. I've been told it's a scuddy. It's a crocheted, scarf, hood type thing. And it works out really well. Sorry, it's folded up there. So. Ooh, Charles, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I have over a dozen goji's potted that are over 3 years old. 2 varieties, I think. Not sure which. They are very aggressive growers. That's what I've heard. That they can spread too. Oop, we got a recipe. Okay, there we go. Well, Kathleen, broth with ham bone, carrots, and onions to make stock. Strip meat from the bone. Use hand blender to puree, then add more carrots and any ham chunks. Cook till carrots are soft and add cheese with a tablespoon of corn sand, a quart and a half. Stir well to melt the cheese and enjoy. That sounds like it'd be really good with some crusty bread. Okay. Last but not least, the libido pill, virility, duration, stamina, and power. Power. Chirpy supports my decision. Mrs. Weather may not, but she'll be up. It is. It really is scary because, there's just something creepy about this girl on a swing, hair, and kind of a grungy dress, but it's funny as hell. You got the wrong parts, Tina. I'll send you a biology book. Woo. All right. Let's see, Kelly. So it was Charles Hendricks. So Kelly, reach out to Charles Hendricks, and you can probably arrange purchase or trade or something. Susan, busy making mead and fruit herb wine. Elderberry mead turned out delicious. Do you think it still might be good for immunity? Yes. I think a number of the compounds that give the elderberry its immune strengthening powers will survive the fermentation process. So there you go. Whoa. Okay. Okay, it's 8 o'clock, but this is a question. Can I bother you? Yeah. Shayla, take a look at the ingredients of vegan energy powder we are consuming. Yeah. Send me a link to it or send me the ingredient list or whatever through direct message. So Facebook, in its infinite wisdom, has blocked it where people can't send pictures to people they aren't connected to without the receiver's permission. So, Sheila, what you need to do is just send me a message, say, hey, can I send you a picture? And I will say yes, and that will then Facebook will allow you to send me pictures or whatever, or if you just want to do a list of ingredients. But usually it's just easy as taking a picture of the back of the bottle, and so I get the ingredients and the amount of the ingredients. Okay, at this point, it is time to get inside and start the daily battles. Oh, hey, Nicole, good morning. Yeah, I'm dreading that. I tell you. I won't tell you. Anyway, see you all tonight. Remember, tonight we will have Houston lawyer Mary Kahn. What a great name for a lawyer. Mary Kahn on. And she will be talking about the self-defense laws of Texas. So you know how to protect yourself if you have to protect yourself. I love that tagline. Anyway, see you tonight, 8 o'clock. And then, of course, the donut shop back open tomorrow morning sometime before 7:30. Until then, Chirpy and I, we love you. Thank you for showing up. Always great conversations. Social actions. Cool. I'm a Minnesotan. We don't know how to say goodbye, so I will just say,